Emerald Dragon. So I have no idea where we left at. That was like 5 years ago or some shit last time we played this game. Right, my last notes here is that Khosrow was waiting at the bar at Hell Road and that we had to go to Infernum. I think that means we actually killed Ostrakon. But before going to Infernum, we had to... Hang on. Something about, like, getting back... After getting the Black Crystal, we had to... visit Varamur in Virgil. Maybe Virgil is a town in Infernum? I don't know any of that. You found a variant of Feed the Beast regarding ever-growing industry saying Feed the Dragon meaning the same thing, referring to your factory bases as dragons. That explains a lot. I think your stream title on Saturday said something about that and I didn't figure what it was. But yes, the factory must grow. You do remember Sammo Hung? You can throw a knife out of the air from a sitting position. Pretty spry for a large guy. Well, I think, based on that description, I have no idea who that is actually. But it makes me think of... What's the name of that dumb ass fuck that did action movies with a shitty ass ponytail who now is like very fat? It doesn't belong anywhere in action movies, but it's still like doing some kind of money laundering involving the Russians. But it's still making... Steven Seagal? Yeah, you talked about a fat guy sitting, kicking a knife out of the air, and for some reason I feel like that might fit into a Steven Seagal movie. Yes, Sakura knows what I'm talking about. There is this scene from a movie where he's like very fat, going through an alley with a weapon, and he's like, trying to flip to the other side, but he's too fat to do it. Steven gifted katana to Pudding Seagal. Yeah. Man, if you look at his old movies back before he was obviously an asshole, there is like a compilation, I think it's called Steven Seagal Runs Like a Little Girl or something. He's always running in the movies. Last time we saw Fat Seagal was in the Expendables. I think I watched one or two of the Expendables movies, I think. I don't remember. Those movies are not bad, but very forgettable. Fighting a chair, I think there is. There is this one video, I don't remember who it was talking about Steven Seagal, how he was full of bullshit, how he was always talking as if he knew everything about everything. You see that chopper flying overhead? They call it a skipper. What? They do? Yeah, they call it a skipper because when it passes by, you go skip, 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 skip. So yeah, I can imagine Steven Seagal being exactly like that. Martial arts demonstration in Russia, his studies were just falling off of him, he slowly flailed his arms. I remember that one! Yeah, he's like, I'm tired, and the students just ran at him and dropped. On the one side, I would like to be like, you know, dude certainly has like mental issues and should be headed for therapy, like, and stuff. On the other hand, he's a moron who is making the world a slightly worse place in his own way, so fuck him. Alright, that's enough politics for one stream. Let's move into the game. Where's my controller? Here. Alright, where were we? Resume the timer. Oh, we had just finished the castle and dealt with Ostrakon. We are technically carrying Haslam with us. So we need to get to Virgil. So either Our options are we either trying to find Varamur in Virgil, whatever that is. We go back to the girl that I forgot the name of to tell her that we have Hasalam with us and is safe. Or we go to Infernum. Again, wherever that is music in this game. So we need to take this black crystal to the famous Dr. Varamur, who lives in the town of Virgil. Right, that's one of the 3 options that I have. Can a doctor really pull off a stunt like taking Hasalam out of the black crystal? Varamur is a genius. I believe there is little, if anything, that is beyond him. That is how skilled he is. But I must add that he's a slightly strange man. Well, whatever, we'll find out when we get there. Now, I'm pretty sure I have explored pretty much everything from before where we just came from. So the town of Virgil must be in this new region, which is like the desert. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we came from here. We came from the right, so there's a passage down and there might be more stuff north. We do have enemies here, so whatever. By the way, we had to farm before the fight with Ostrakon. And then we had to like fight our way all the way back through the dungeon to get back to town to buy better gear. I don't want to have to go through that kind of stuff again, so here's the deal. Next time we get to a town... Now the equipment in this game is linked to the towns. Right, in Illusion City is linked to your level. Doesn't matter what shop you go to, the equipment list for sale gets populated based on your level. On this game is based on the town. Each town has their own merchandise. When we get to Virgil, I'm going to look at the shop. And if we can't buy every single piece of upgrade we can, I'm gonna farm until we can. So we don't have to do a dungeon 3 times like it happened last time. I think in the end it's going to save us time. Nice critical. Hanging there, guys! Man, that in-game, in-battle dialogue is so good. It's a shame it passes by so quickly. When you have force powers, you fear no one. I wouldn't know, I don't have those. You telling me that a person who has force powers isn't afraid of anything? Like, Metroid is a pretty cool guy, isn't afraid of anything. Hey, Atrushan! What are you thinking going to the Western Desert for no reason? Oh, the game prevents us from going further. Interesting. Interesting. That's like... That's very clarifying, but it is kind of lazy game design, of course, when you're just like, you're not supposed to go there yet, so just don't. Correct way of doing that, in my humble opinion, is to let the player die against enemies who are too strong. There's probably plot-related stuff that is locked out of that, which is fine. Like I don't mind it. At least we know which direction to go. You neither not cool like Steven Seagal. Has he ever mentioned having forest powers? I wouldn't be surprised. Unless you're Obi-Wan, then you run behind nearest third mount. He's a pacifist. He's kind of like Gohan of Star Wars. And that's unfair to Obi-Wan. And some of the dialogue on episode 4 for Obi-Wan is almost painful. And guy was probably feeling like this is the bottom of my career. I forgot the guy's name. He never expected Star Wars to become a thing. It was just after a paycheck. Of course I know him. He's me. Alec Guinness? Something like that. And then on the next movie he charged through the nose to being there. I was like, oh, it was successful, right? Fuck you. Speaking of force powers, you saw someone playing a Jesus character in a pro wrestling doing force moves too. Nice. We have been playing through with the Jesus character in Illusion City. We didn't even realize Heaven Man. He's heaven, but he's also man. Hello there, Mystic Theurge. Monday morning. You keep talking from the future. It's getting kind of creepy. Checked out your villa. You're at your favorite breakfast place. It's taking a ride share to the airport. Nice. Oh, you checked out of your villa. Oh, sorry, you're coming back. I'm sorry to hear, friend. I posted it in memory. I didn't watch it, but just the static thumbnail. It's really very funny. Hello there. Alright, so the only other way we have to go is here. Will this take me to Virgil? This is a new place, entirely different new place, bunch of seas. These areas with a lot of seas like this, I know it's like, yeah, there are plenty of games that do this, but for some reason the first thing I think of is Golvidius. Because you actually end up walking through the water tiles with boots, I think, specific to walk on water. There's a bunch of stuff that you need to do in the sea areas. I'm sure some of you would look at something like this, would think of Zelda first. But I always like coastal areas in video games. I'm thinking now of Might and Magic as well. No, Mystic Theurge, we had a very long stream yesterday. Nearly 5 hours, and it was all a waste. We have to redo everything again because we got to the final boss and we couldn't kill it. And you can't backtrack, you get stuck in there. They did give us a safe spot slightly close by, but I have to go back to town and I can't, so like when we come back to that game, I'm gonna load up the save file from before yesterday's stream, so 5 hours wasted, of course. And then we have to farm for like 10 or 15 levels, then we have to buy a truckload of consumables. And look, I get it. Consumables are items, you spend money on them, you use them. Fine, some games have that mechanic, it's fine. My issue is that the game has never ever once required you to use consumables. And now we do, and we don't have them. Also, there are some consumables that I might have sold throughout the game that we can't buy. That would help a lot if we still had them. But I'll finish Illusion City this week. It's gonna take me like 2 streams. One for farming and one for actually finishing it. First thought was the world map in Final Fantasy VI. That too, yeah, the original map for the... There has a whole thing where you can only go to the southern continent after doing some other stuff. That game is so good, I'll get to that someday. You're still amazed that you have seen existing Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy X, Super Mario Sunshine, Sonic Adventures. Dealing with that endgame bullshit. You know what, I was talking about this yesterday. It was 5 hours down the drain. I still had fun. You guys know when I talk about not liking roguelikes because I can't have fun in failing, I have fun in getting stronger? It was 5 hours that turned out to be utter complete wasted filler nonsense. And I had fun! I'm looking forward to doing the farming and everything else. The game is good. You're streaking. Congratulations, 7 stream streak. Awesome. And like I said, like there is that final sequence that we're gonna see again, where we go over that bridge with the town in the distance and the music and everything. And I said yesterday, like, I'm gonna miss this game while I was looking at that scene. And yeah, I will. That's one of the better games that I have streamed. I'm very glad that I got lucky enough to come across it when I did. There have been existing those games, essentially based in Indonesia and the Philippines. I have now been reminded of Dragon Quest III. There is a lot of sailing in that game. And now I remember Ultima Online and the farming you can do on boats, because I don't know how it works nowadays. I don't know when it changed, if it did change, but at some point training stuff on a boat was useful because the game had a system to prevent macroing skills for level ups, where if you were still in the same place for too long, it would stop giving you skill ups. So you could do your training on a boat instead and have the boat move instead, so you could still macro it. Okay, this must be Virgil. The town of Virgil. Oh, there is a line. Oh, but not actually sick or anything. I just wanted to see if I could meet the famous doctor. Oh, that's Varamur. I want to catch a bunch of weird diseases that the doctor will look me. What the fuck? Oh, thank heaven above. It's all because of Dr. Varamur's medicine that I can live a long life. Ah, my stomach's been hurting all morning. It was something I ate last night. Every time I start feeling even a little sick, I'm just overwhelmed with joy. Ah, if I can get even just a checkup from Dr. Varamur, I can die happy. Guy must have some amazing hands. Let me save. And I was going to go for the shop to check my equipment, but I think I'll check the doctor first, because if he gives us Haslam, I can get equipment for Haslam as well. The Infernum is unbelievably huge. It's far, far bigger than you could possibly imagine. That's where we have to go after getting Haslam. If you go out onto the peninsula south of town, I think you can just see the tip of it. Okay, new page of notes. What date is today? The 25th. You can see Infernum, and this is useful information because it gives Infernum a physical location. From peninsula south of Virgil. It's funny how the late 90s, early 2000s, Japanese are clearly sick of medieval Europe or Japan, as a lot of games in Southeast Asian archipelago. Yeah, and then you look at games like freaking Terranigma, which are like the entire planet. Same for Dragon Quest 3. Like, Dragon Quest 3 is so fucking good, man. I had no idea how well the remake matches to the original. But I still strongly disagree, and I've said this before. I strongly disagree with them releasing the remake of 3 first. They say it's the chronological... What is the word they use? Is the chronological or lore beginning of the Adrich saga? But just like Star Wars, you don't watch episodes 1 through 6 in chronological order like that. You have to watch 4, 5, and 6 before you watch 1, 2, and 3. That's the order of release, and it makes more sense. It is more enjoyable that way. I do think that Dragon Quest 3 feels much better to be played after 1 and 2, especially when it finally clicks, when the connection clicks for you. I think play 3 then 1 and 2 is just I guess. It's not as good. You just learned that Yuzo Kochiro did the music to Terranigma. The music in that game is also phenomenal. You're going to Little Kasha Island to stock up on gear in this town. I will stock on gear on this town. Yes, that is part of the plan. But first I need to see if Haslam will be joining us. So you're Atrushan. You've been making quite a name for yourself, you know? Keep it up, my man! Keep it up, my man. I hear you beat the infamous Ostracon, not bad for a young one. It'd be real nice if you could just keep cruising till you beat the infernal one, but I bet the real struggle starts here. An unauspicious aura emanates from you. If you seek to go to Part C, make ready first. You should prepare for anything. Right, there's a door behind her. It's probably where I have to go, but I have to be prepared according to her. Let me check the bar. You seriously think you can waltz into the giant inferno, slap bang in the center of Volrukasha Bay and kill the infernal one? Yes. Don't bother trying, you just wind up dead yourself. I'm the main character. If you want to get to Little Kasha Island, go to the wharf to the west. To get to Little Kasha Island, go to the wharf west of Virgil. It's probably the next stop to get to Infernum. Lady on Northwestern House in Virgil is guarding a door. Let me write that down in case I forget and it's relevant. $5 says Aurora Borealis is behind her door. At this time of the year, in this latitude, localized entirely behind her door. Yes. May I say it? No. Parsi is the ethnic group in India who are Zoroastrian. Oh, interesting. If the ferryman's there, he should take you to the island. Let me tell you, the doctor's a great man. Humans and demons alike come to him for treatment. But I guess that's the reason the townspeople haven't been killed by those damn hellions. When the Inferno appeared, there was a huge crash, like the heavens and earth themselves had been upended. This town used to be bigger, but over half of it was swept away in the tidal wave, leaving what you see now. Man, we're talking about Terra Enigma, I just remember how freaking good the story in that game is and how sad it is at the end. I'm freaking amazed when a game manages, especially when it's an older game that has like limited storytelling capabilities. I'm always amazed when they manage to make something that is sad in a tasteful, impactful way. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. That game is so fucking phenomenal, man. I miss it. I miss Terra Enigma. That's a game that I miss. Especially that fucking ending, man. Worst part was when I invented the hamburger. The best part was... oh, yes. Yeah, that too, that was pretty good. And when I saw Pela poster, and they were explaining to me about feijoada and churrasco in very Japanese terms. And when Carnival had cotton candy, well, who the fuck eats cotton candy at Brazilian Carnival? I'm busy, I don't have time to deal with you bunch. Hey, fuck you, lady. Store. I always forget that the game has storehouses. You should steer clear of the desert west of Castle Drugwant. Right, I'm gonna write down that can't go to the desert yet. Also, so I remember in case of later being relevant. That's the stagecoach, which is getting more and more relevant now that the map is bigger. And now it's time to work on this. If we already get Hazalam back, then I can work on my equipment. I bet there's gonna be like some mission that I need to do first. Dr. Varamur's house. Cinematic. In-game cinematic.
君たち困るんだな。診察を受けるなら順番を守ってくれないと。
そこを曲げてお願いしたいんだがね。ワラムル大先生。
先生？
おや？大英雄サオシュヤント様か。
サオシュヤント。
ま、挨拶はそれくらいにして見せたいものがあるんだ。
面白い。実に面白い。素晴らしい呪詛だ。
素晴らしい。
最近病気の治療ばかりで退屈してたからな。いいものを見せてもらったよ。ありがとう。いや、そうじゃなくて。
Calm down, Latrushan. He's getting a book. He's reading on how to fix it. Settle down.
どれだっけかな。確かこの辺りにあったはずだが。
Don't remember if I didn't Enigma could slowly develop cities over time. Ah yes, you could develop token to the point where you unlock a secret side quest related to the sarin gas incident. Yeah, you could. I don't think we did much of that. I think it was brought up while I was streaming. But I did, yeah. Yeah, because you can talk to the guy in town and he talks about the status of the town. And then people explain the mechanic to me. You could also develop a town in Dragon Quest 3, if I'm not mistaken. You could like get a character to live there as like a mayor or something. And yeah, people mentioned that there were side quests and stuff. I didn't want to do like a full in-depth exploration or anything. Just experience the main parts of it. But yeah, that game is fascinating in a lot of ways. It's a shame it's kind of their last game. Right from Quintet. I think they did some Japan only stuff, not as Quintet later. They were acquired or something. It's been a while since I did that research. That's the same people who did Robotrek. And then some things in Robotrek were fun, but good lord. Speak of town development RPGs, Dark Cloud or Chronicle on my list? Good question. I've seen those names before. Dark. I have Dark. Yeah, I have them on my list. Dark Chronicle was released in the US as Dark Cloud 2. They're both for the PS2 with no re-releases or remakes. Yes, it is on my list. Properly cataloged. It's 2001 for the first one and 2003 for the second one. My lists are very detailed. Nice, very nice. They are. I like my list. How many lines? It's a fucking spreadsheet with around. It's not comprehensive or anything. It has about 1,500 lines. I don't think I'm playing 1,500 games. Some of these are just placeholders. Like I have a section for wizardry. It only has 3 lines and it's empty because I haven't come around to actually like fill up with all the games and spin-offs that I might want to look at. I haven't ever played a single wizardry game. Oh, the animation of the book opening. Because if I wanted to play wizardry, I have to start with the first one. And I'm very tempted to play the first one like I think it was the very first one was on DOS. It was like monochrome DOS or something. And it has a thing where if you die, it automatically instantly writes on your floppy disk, so you're sure to lose everything. You can never get through Wizardry 7. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was brave enough to go through Might and Magic 1 and 2, and Wizardry still scares me.
この呪詛を解くためにはある薬草が必要なんだが
Okay, need an herb.
Night.
I don't have. Night.
Night.
Night. Wizardry is brutal. Yes. Like Might and Magic, as old as it is, I think it's 86, 87, the very first one. As cryptic as it is, it's actually quite reasonable. It has systems in place to like revert aging, and you can just keep farming and grinding and getting stronger, and you can like revert aging. Like there are brutal elements to it, but everything is actually fair. It's quite a journey that I really freaking enjoyed taking. Wizardry is just an asshole of a game. Was shocked the pool of radius was as late as 1989. The PS2 Wizard had co-op moves, so I've never seen another RPG before. Yeah, the best version of Might and Magic is actually on the TurboGrafx CD, I think, or just regular TurboGrafx. It's very cool looking and sounding. It's like the definitive version of that game, but to this date I don't think it has ever been fan translated.
So, Night.
So, Nai. I just said Nai.
どうだいよかったらこれからある薬草を積み
Oh, he's joining the party.
よし話は決まったねそれじゃ早速出かけるとしよう
And here comes the little music. Right?
そうだ
Yeah, I was gonna say.
北の山沿いのある洞窟とりあえずそこへ行ってもらいたい
It's from a cave. Northern mountains.
それからこれを
And
渡
he's
しておく
giving me something. Oh, the map, so we can scroll around. Good.
さあ冒険だ
Okay, now comes the music. Dun, 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 dun. You bought a plate of pizza goreng / fried bananas before your trip to the airport. I like bananas mixed in with like the food. Like we have this dish that is like the bananas covered with I don't know what it is and kind of fried. And like it contrasts amazingly with the food. And now I want to eat that, holy fuck. And then we have Smamen, yes, it's very groovy. And then we have this dish which is we call farofa, which is like this powder that is toasted and ground from a root that is kind of similar to a potato. And then we season it. And sometimes we add bananas to that, so they get kind of this sweet mushy goodness mixed in with this crunchy, salty, starchy food. It's so good, man. And now I'm hungry again. Alright, we'll have to manage our equipment. Alright. So Atrushan. I need lines available here. I have. So Atrushan has 1, 4, 6, 9, 5, 0, 3, 5, 0, and 2, 1, 0. Ring has 40? That's horrific. Oh, she's mostly casting spells anyway. She's not using her bow. Right. Varamur, which is the new one, has a scalpel. It's kind of funny. Does 0 damage from a far distance. It has very good armor. His gown is better than plate armor. What is it made of? Then you have Soshan. $850. $950. Wait. The Arbalest is $450, only he can use it, so I should sell it. Finally. Right, Khosrow's subordinate died, so we don't have that guy anymore. You are a 1 nice. $950. And 210. That's all the information we need. First weapons. Virgil Shopping Center, weapon shop. Let's just cut to the chase. You buy from us, you won't regret it. Alright, we have a Demon Slayer only for Atrushan, which is an upgrade. Right, so Atrushan is at 217. Demon Slayer. What if he cut his hair with that blade? This blade behind me is so good, look. It's just, it shines. It has a Night Rapier, which no one can use, so I assume that's for Haslam. And a Trident for Khosrow. Very good. Right, meanwhile, we have to sell the Holy Blade. The Arbalest. And the Battle Axe. Jones of the Sneaky to you, so fair. You know, the armor. Might be a good idea to buy armor here if you're going over to the island. Okay, so we have the magic mails again, which Atrushan can equip but already has, Soshan can equip already has, Khosrow can equip already has. We have Mithril Mail, which is an upgrade over the magic mail. Heater Shield, which is 350, Atrushan already has it. Then you have the Mithril Buckler. That's way better for Atrushan and Tenring. Especially for Tenring. Okay, so Tenring has upgraded to 520 on buckler. Mithril Helm is for Atushan. That's a fucking huge upgrade. Okay, that's 700. For Atushan. And for Khosrow. Okay, now I can go back to the Mithril Bucker for Atushan. So he's also at 520. Mithril, light as a feather, as hard as dragon scales. Some dude. I remember that quote, yes. Okay, now we don't want this, but we don't want these. But we can't afford all of them. So who is like very light on armor? I mean, Khosrow, Soshan, and Atushan all have magic mails. And Varamur has his medical gown, which is phenomenal. Tenrin cannot equip a magic mail, which is why she's very low. So I need the one mithril mail for her. 1280. Now I can get rid of the buckler. Or the magic robe. Right, because the mithril is light, that's why she can use it, not the magic. The magic is too heavy for her. Because she's a lady, she doesn't like things are too bulky, she doesn't have pockets on her dress. Now, with that said, I want more mithril mails. I can buy one. I need 3. I'm gonna skip it for now, it's not that good of an upgrade. And the main reason I'm skipping it is because we are getting Haslam afterwards. And I want to buy a weapon for him, so I want to save the money. Atushan and Tenrin, who are the important ones, they are fully upgraded. Well, Atushan could... I'm still gonna save this money for now. Magic gun, dildo baggings. Bravest little hobbit of them all. Alright, let me put down a save here, and we'll go with this. We're not fully upgraded, but we're not going for like a major dungeon or anything. And I think it's fine. So Northern Mountains, it's probably up there in the little corner. I don't care, I have all the defense, I got a new buckler, and I got a new helmet, and I wasted a bunch of movement trying to hit that thing. Yeah, hitting the enemies in diagonals in this game is still complicated. Oh, the thing is called a murderer. Maybe it's supposed to be an assassin instead. That's funny, right? We have a character who's supposed to be an assassin and he gets mistranslated as murderer. Same thing, right? And yep, here is the cave with the herb. That cave. Oh no. Have you guys ever been to that cave? Somewhere in this cave grows an herb with red flowers. That one is that herb. Can I smoke it? What is that? Almost went to this cave, never that cave though, yeah. Wait, we're dying. Fuck. I was distracted. I almost died. Warders couldn't cut it at Assassin College. I'm still flabbergasted that you have an word in English that is made of two S's. Like, someone had fun with that. Fun unintended. Yeah, no, you're not fooling me. That was fully intended. SS in, yes. That's amazing. Congratulations on your language. Oh, that's like a portal. There's nothing else. Okay, it might be a teleporter maze, but for now it seems very straightforward, so that's okay-ish. Apparently, assassin comes from Hashishin. Right, someone thought it was funny to make it sound like that instead. Oh, this weapon is slower, so I can attack less with it. It always happens. As we level up, we get more action points, so we get those attacks back. Speaking of assassin, guess which franchise is now Raid Shadow Legends 2. Wait, there is an Assassin's Creed Auto Battler for phones now? And is it better or worse than World of Mayhem? That's my... World of Mayhem is my, what do you call it? It's my comparison point. Right, that's what those games are competing with. The idea is that the Ismaili warriors of Alemut were supposedly high on hashish when they went into battle. Amazing. Dude, I'm so high I could kill the dude. Don't know about the better worse bit. Mr. Jonathan Wick. I've watched one of those movies, but I wasn't paying attention. Like, friends were watching and I was like glancing at it every now and again. Not saying it's a bad movie, just saying that it's alright. I don't think it has enough substance to keep me interested, if that's fair. I mean, I can enjoy mindless movies. I just felt like it was a bit too obvious. It's kind of the same with like Jason Bourne movies. It's like they're okay, but they're not bad, but they're predictable. You'll play Raid if it was offline. One time put maybe X-Specs. Me too! That applies to so many games that exist today. Yes. I would love a game like Raid Shadow Legends if it wasn't that stupid ass shit. Speaking of Assassin, shoot at Exciter. I am familiar with the Exciter series. It has some very fucked up, fascinating stuff in its writing. I think it has 3 games, right? But I think the originals might be better than the TurboGrafx versions. There is a Jason Bourne movie. They're not bad movies. I do feel like they got worse as they went on. I think they became more obvious. Sound like the hottest thing for a time, like John Wick. Yeah, pretty much. After watching John Wick, we've come to the conclusion that he kind of sucks as an assassin, but can take a massive beating, meaning he pretty outlasts his enemies. That's the best kind of... Yes! I think that's what makes it fun to watch. Like, he's not competent. No one cares about competence. What's this RTS? No, Musefet, it's not an RTS. This is a pseudo-tactics game where that guy is... Oh, I think he's confused, that's why he's doing that. Muhammad Ali strats. What if it was... Oh! This is Southflower. That herb has red flowers, isn't it? Okay, sorry, Mr. Doctor, sir. I bet, chat, what if they do that little joke where we finally get the herb? The doctor takes, yes, exactly the flower, the herb that I need. And then he just smokes it. And he's like, dude. Nice. Now I can heal your friend. Exile on TurboGrafx is one of those games that are working. Yeah! Unhinged NPC, that's the one. Isn't that the one where they added a fart sound to the last segment of dialogue? And then that, yeah, the working designs localization fucks up with the leveling, so you have to farm for like 500 hours. It's horrific. It's one of the worst releases ever. Fucking work designs. I even dropped my little notebook here. There are restoration patches. I guess. Exaidu. Those are very good games. They're the kind of shit that I like. I need to save because we might die. I think we're a little... I think... Please heal me. We just wasted so much time, chat. Oh, he gave me a sort of autosave there. This game is so fucking civilized. What the fuck? I'm so surprised by how civilized it is. Working designs made games available in the West, otherwise wouldn't have been. Also fucked up games so much. I think the overall result is negative. I think we would be better off if they never had bothered. Like, they made people associate those kind of games with garbage. I don't like JRPGs, they are too grindy. No, those versions are. They mess with the mechanics, Musifate. It's also a bad localization, full of out-of-place jokes. But they also mess with the mechanics. Like, you're supposed to just play through the game and level up. And the Working Designs version has you keep redoing the same segments over and over again to level up, very excruciatingly slow. Otherwise, you're just gonna get deleted on the next segment. It's horrific. It's the worst kind of petting. Never have had Lunar in the West without Working Designs. Well, that is a compelling argument. Versus when you don't like a better version, you're gonna realize anything better exists. Yeah. Like, a lot of people looked at Castlevania 2 and thought it was a bad game because of the shitty localization. Castlevania 2 is fucking phenomenal. Get a version with a fixed localization. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that game whatsoever. Because of that game's localization, we had less side-scrolling RPGs that were made. Because they took a risk with that game by making a side-scrolling RPG, and it didn't pay off because it was badly received in the West because of bad localization. So the bad localization harmed the entire genre. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating the effect of that. I don't think I'm too far off from it. Just the fact that it can exist has slowed you, stopped you from playing games because you had to do work first. Yeah, now is one of the few examples the working designs was not terrible, not as good as it could be. It's just, like, the working designs mishaps, they feel malicious. Like, you can't be that bad on an accident. Increase the difficulties in the localization. The exile portion was impossibly difficult. Yeah. It's inexcusable. I didn't want to save, but while I'm on this menu, might as well. I wanted to look at the map. Right, first there's a chest to the left. There's a herb here. This is Western Love Grass. That herb has red flowers, isn't it? I can't smoke this shit, he says. Vic Ireland of working design is a total troll asshole. Vic Ireland is one of the classic assholes of the gaming industry, yes. He's a complete dickwad. Undeserving of respect. The elementary the Ubisoft CEO. Maybe Vic Ireland is actually pulling all the strings of video game companies nowadays from the shadows. That would explain so much. Oh, Varamore is gonna die. Varamore is kind of useless. He just runs around. He's here to smoke. He's dying over there. Dumb fuck. Alright. That cave. I love that the place is called that. It would be fun if the big final reveals of Vic Ireland was the final boss of the AAA game industry all along. Maybe Vic Ireland is waiting for the first quadruple A game to actually succeed to reveal himself. We had a quadruple A game before, but it flopped. We need one that doesn't flop. Putting Activision Blizzard and Bethesda to shame. At least Bethesda leaves ID Software mostly alone. Like, I get it, like some of the arguments that you're trying to make, but I think Bethesda is not on the same league of bullcrap that the other two are. What was a quadruple A game? Hang on. I don't remember the name. It was a Ubisoft thing, I think. Skull and Bones from Ubisoft. They said it was the first ever quadruple A game. Mystic Theory. It doesn't. But shh, don't tell Ubisoft that. They think it does. What makes something quadruple A instead of a marketing? What kind of question is that? Stupid corporate jargon. You're preaching to the choir. Is that something you do? Have you ever preached to the choir? I said that sentence and I realized that that's actually something that maybe Mystic Third has experience with. Sometimes you will joke, I approve. I'm preaching to the choir here, you guys don't even need to pay attention, man. I think preachers need to joke more. Like, I think you can respect the liturgy while still being more approachable and human. So I wholeheartedly approve that. Pretty much anyone who hears the sermon is already predisposed to hear it. This guy was preaching to the court. You know what? That's actually true, because people only go if they want to, right? That's very self-aware of you. And very reasonable. Mystic Theory is always coming in with interesting insight. There's that flower, that herb, he's gonna smoke it. Watch it. You can grade your game as many aces they make your target market screen horror and rage. I'm gonna make a -A game. It's one -A. Yep, this is it, alright. With this herb, I can break the malediction on the black crystal. Who are we saving? Haslam. Haslam is in the black crystal, the true black crystal, the prince that was captured before. We're preaching an Anglican church that didn't have a choir, but a single solo cantor named Patty. You said there's no choir to preach to, so I'm preaching to Patty. That's pretty good, actually. Did I even get into Musou-style games? Like, no, I have never played a single one of those. And at this point, it's like one of those, like, there are way too many of those. I wouldn't even know where to start. I have considered in the past maybe trying Hyrule Warriors, but they're like already 3 games. So I'm like, I might like them. I have no idea. I would need to play one. I would like to play one that is its own isolated thing with no prequels or sequels to give it a shot first. The less A is the more valuable. There you go. See? You liked Dynasty Warriors 2, then this was just more of the same. I imagine that those games could get repetitive. The first Hyrule Warriors is standalone. Yeah, but it has sequels. Alright. Alright, Mr. Thurge, have a safe trip. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed your stay over there. And thank you for stopping by, even though you should be on the beach or something. Have a good one, my friend. Her Warriors would be cool. Going to suggest 99 Nights. Ah, that one is from the people that did... What was it that we played from them? Okay, now I'm curious. Hang on. Prince of Qing? No. And 399 Nights. Phantagram. It was Zyklant. It's from the people who did Zyklant. Outstanding. Is that game available? Hang on, I have to ask something. Now I have to ask if that game is available to buy. 99 nights. Shit. I would have to see if I could buy it, if I find a physical copy of it. I probably can't. It's not for sale on the market. It's not expensive used. Oh, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Let me save this link for later. I found it online for 20 bucks. Yeah, the King that are Under Fire are from the same people that came before. But those are, yeah, RTS hybrids. Yeah, physical copy Musife, 20 bucks. Whoa, the ground is rising. Watch out, something's coming from below. Mommy! That's disgusting. Let's rush in and touch it. It's a sandworm. Yeah, I'll buy it, and I can stream from my 360. I've done that before. So yeah, I might stream that game. It's not that old, but fuck it. It's from the people who did Zyklon. I knew this was an RTS. Yeah, it's Dune in disguise. It's Dune with extra steps. Yeah. This looks like a very easy fight. Also because it keeps moving instead of attacking. I'd love it if the enemy dropped something similar to Spice. That would be a sick reference. Yes. Can only select one unit at a time during 2. There we go. I've seen people play Doom. I think I watched either Galatab or Flipside I played Doom. I've never ever played a Doom game. Chili powder. Okay, it's almost dead. Instead of turning your eyes blue, makes them watery and red. And then you sneeze, yes. Probably got a tap. Probably, yes. Okay, they're both leveling up. Electrician's leveling up twice, that's very good. Termi is also leveling up twice. Played was the only RTS and a little your first week of streaming. Nice. Dear me, what a surprise. I'd never have thought there'd be anything like that around. But we got what we came here for, so all's well that ends well, eh? Wait, do I have to go? I think it's going to give me the option to just travel to the entrance, right? Well, if we farm on the way back, it's fine. I still need money to... How do I see how much money I have? There. I think we still don't have enough money to buy all the armor we need. Secret to Spies Melange. I don't know, it reminds me that people were doing a thing where they just swallowed a spoonful of cinnamon or some shit. And that thing can actually clog your airways, so it's incredibly dangerous. I mean, I did dumb shit as a kid too, like we all did. And I guess it sounds harmless. Or just eat some cinnamon, or whatever. If it's gonna burn a little bit. No, it can make you choke to death. Part of me is so glad we didn't have the internet when I was a kid. Even when we did have internet when I was a teenager, it wasn't the social garbage that it is nowadays. So there is no evidence online of any dumb shit that I ever did. Love cinnamon. Me too. Yeah, that would be a very easy way to run it. Cinnamon is amazing. You did that cinnamon challenge back when you used to work in hospitality. Not recommended. It's not a good idea now. Oh, we have to go all the way back. Fine. I got this tea that had cinnamon in it. It was orange, mango, and cinnamon. It sounds horrific. It was pretty good. After done the cinnamon challenge, diluted in a bowl of oatmeal. Yeah, no, diluted, it's fine. We have this dessert down here that is made with rice and milk. We call it sweet rice or milk rice, depending on the region. I think it takes some... There's something else that adds like thickness to it. I don't remember what it is. And we add a truckload of cinnamon to that. It's very fucking good. Cinnamon oatmeal, right? You have two cinnamon teas, often on stream, caffeinated and non-caffeinated. Yeah, no, those are good. I've come to learn that I used to think I didn't like tea. I just don't like the usual teas. I think black teas are too bitter. I have them without sugar. And I think that green teas are too boring. So I've been exploring some weird ass fruity teas. Like I had today this one that is like apple and vanilla that was like phenomenal. You normally don't like black tea or green tea, yeah? And it's all I used to try because, you know, it's the main normal stuff, I guess. Mango tea is excellent, it is. Spice teas, I've had these teas with ginger. And they're kind of spicy, they're pretty good as well. Black tea with milk, yeah, it's the traditional. I tried it, I'd rather have coffee. I don't know, I know coffee can be as bitter as black tea, if not even more bitter, but... I don't know, I feel like it rewards you for enjoying the bitterness more. Chocolates are your favorite. Yeah, I only tried to have tea with milk once. It felt a bit disgusting, I wasn't a fan. So if I need money for equipment, I can come back to this cave and farm. I'm going the right way, right? They're black tea based. There is one green tea that I like, which is yerba mate. But that one is like very specific in how it's made. So it gets a lot more caffeine and bitterness to it. It is a lot more full-bodied than most green teas. So much sugar you wouldn't know. I mean, and that's why I explained that I have my tea with no sugar. That's why I can't really enjoy black teas. If sugar is allowed, fine. What else? What can't you drink if you add enough sugar? You drink a lot of coffee at home until an accident involved a dead earwig. That sounds horrible. I'm very sorry to hear. Chocolate meat black tea. Huh. I've never had chocolate tea. That sounds fascinating. Wait. This is so weird. I hope I'm going the right way. No sugar in the chocolate mint black tea. Interesting. If you're going hard on mate, yeah, it's typical in my region. We have that frequently. I freaking love it. My wife knows how to prepare. Like, I'm gonna describe it to you guys if I've never seen it. Like, but there's like this cup of a specific shape. It's usually made of wood or this fruit that is kind of wooden in nature and carved. And then you put the herb, the green herb in there. It's usually ground to a high coarseness. And then you have the shape so it takes exactly like half of the cup on one side, like standing against the cup. And then you fill the rest with hot water. And then we have a thing that we call bomba down here, which is a kind of a metal straw. And you'll drink your tea with it. It's very cultural. It's very good. You prepare in a way that will make any gaucho cry. Yeah, I am kind of an honorary gaucho. I wasn't born here, but I've lived here most of my life. And I mean, people make freaking tereré, which is erva mate, but it's cold and with sugar, and that thing is horrific, so you can't make it any worse than that. Have to not have sugar, then kava is your favorite. First of all, a piece of pasta, have found its way into the bottom of your cup, realize I haven't had pasta that day and spread it out. I try to not think of those episodes when they happen. Nothing like that happened with me with coffee, but I've been specializing my coffee so much, I finally really like it without sugar. You have to not have sugar. Yeah, me too. Like, if I put sugar in it, then it becomes a meal. In that case, I'd rather have something else than a drink. You know, if I'm going to be ingesting calories, might as well have something with more substance. So if I want to enjoy as much coffee as I want, then it's no sugar, same for tea. Took me a while to get used to it, but now it's fine. And now I don't have to be like, oh, grab the sugar, grab a spoon, put it in, slowly test it, put a bit more, wash the spoon afterwards. No, now I can order an espresso at a coffee shop. And the person will, do you want sugar? No. And they're gonna look at me like I'm some kind of high-powered nut, so... If having sugar, might as well have a cookie. Yes! Exactly! Like, I'm sacrificing... Sometimes people will want, like... I'm having these whole grain crackers. 130 calories per packet. I freaking love them. I think they're tasty as all hell. And people will be like, you've been having that every day because of your diet. Wouldn't you want to have, like, I don't know, hard-boiled egg? And I do the math in my head for the calories. Well, I could have another packet of crackers instead. That's how crazy I am for cookies and anything crunchy in general. You already know that you got enough sugar in your cereal or drink. If you get to the bottom, there's a nice sugar mush. The sugar mush in the cereal. My doctor, are you heading out? Hard-boiled egg, call them barely tolerable even without a diet. I like them. I like them. I do intend to get back on them when I start doing exercising, because then the protein will help me. Right now, I'd rather have more crackers.
まあこんなものだろう。とりあえず試してみるか。
I'd rather have one slice of bread than 3 hard-boiled eggs because I fucking love bread and I miss it dearly. What exercise I'm planning on starting with? I have no idea. I haven't planned that far. Even though theoretically today I was, let me math it out. Today I was 1.3 pounds away from my target. So I have to start making plans at some point. I'm getting really close. Aisho.
そうだ、賭けをしよう。呪詛が解けるかどうか。
Some computer screen eye blinks, yeah. Whew. Okay, 2 sets. Eyelid maxing.
私は成功する方に晩飯でも。
それじゃあ賭けにならないよ。私に失敗はないからね。
Where we had a cold wave last week, it was very comfortable down here. Now we're getting kind of a heat wave, so this week we're hitting 40 Celsius. Very crispy. Yeah, Janky Toe. That's an old channel meme, but it checks out. Hasn't been brought up in a while.
仕方がない。 始めるよ。
Admiro. Now we're getting a Pokemon out of that. Haslam, I choose you.
おや？おかしいな。これで失敗したらとんだ笑い話だな。
おいおい、冗談はそれくらいにしてくれよ。みんな不安がってるぜ。
さあ、呪いが解けるぞ。
Legally distinct pocket monster, yes.
おっそらごん、入れた。
It was frozen in time. Ara?
何してんだお前たち。
Ostracon is dead, you should have been there. That's some clip of the collective laugh. So random. We've gone to great pains to rescue you. You owe us big time. Yeah, see? Cosro knows what's up.
とりあえず体に異常はなさそうだ。
Normalities.
本当に良かったですね。
What a relief! I really like his body. Collective laugh redemption.
Who are you and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.
It is Tony, thank you for the follow, enjoy the free emotes. I don't even know how to capture that. I would have to find it on the disc. It's going to be buried between like hours of dialogue and voice acting. Probably.
ああ、そうだな。本当に良かったよ。
Now we can buy the rapier.
世話をかけたな、ワラムル。
なんの久しぶりに楽しませてもらったよ。面白いお嬢さんにも会わせてもらったし。何かまた面白いものが手に入ったら寄ってみてくれ。
ああ、必ずそうさせてもらう。さあ、行こう。目指すは魔王伝。
How do you already know, like... Are you How does he already know everything that has happened? See? Man, Cosro keeps bringing up the same shit I'm talking about. How the fuck does he know what's going on? Oh, look, there's a freaking skeleton here. And then more skeleton. These are some rather old bones. Was this a subject for Dr. Veramore's experiments? Just laying around. Some relatively fresh bones. Dr. Veramore seems to have a most inquiring mind. Yes. Very inquiring, yes. If you're headed to the Inferno, the safest route is probably through the town of Margiana. Oh, do I go there buy shit before instead of spending money here? Let me write this down. Right. But unfortunately the boat to Margiana isn't setting out. Right, so it's gonna be a while before we get there. Legend has it that you can get there from Little Kasha Island. Right. Alright, perhaps you'd like me to craft some wonder drugs for you. Yes, I would love some wonder drugs. Wait, are these like permanent upgrades? I have to use a forbidden fruit. Would I have that? I don't think I have that. Also, if you find those items, you can bring them back here for him to craft permanent upgrades. Interesting. I don't think I'll ever do that. Because I don't think I'll ever run across one of those. Okay, let me buy the guy his new weapon. Let me write down his equipment. I have my equipment notes here. We're replacing Veramore with Haslam, unsurprisingly. And holy shit, he has some very shitty equipment. And he has 146. I'm gonna write it separately because right now I'm gonna replace it. The Night Rapier, which is 196. Yes, Zord. I'm gonna sell... This stuff is kind of useless. Yes, this is useless as well. I'll keep those for now, I guess. Wonder drug made out of forbidden fruit. Yeah, they have a thing going there. Makes sense. Okay, now Mithril Helm for Haslam. Mithril Buckler for Haslam. Which is 520. And his armor is very weak, so getting Mithril Mail for him would make a lot of sense. 1280. Now, I can still buy mithril mails for Atrushan, Saoshan, and Khosrow. But that will leave us with no money at all, so I'm not gonna do that. Unless we get to something that looks like a very long dungeon again, like the castle, then I might head back and work on this first. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about how we go to the wharf to get to the little island. Probably. That's probably what we're doing. So that's what's been going on. Okay, so where's Falna? Ah, she left. Where did she get off to? Don't think we've heard a peep about what she's doing. That's her business. Yeah, he doesn't care either. I'm sure she'll come running once she hears the rumors. But right now, we need to hatch a plan for breaching the Inferno, To cross over to the Inferno by land, we'll need to stop at the town of Margiana. That's south of Big Kasha Island. Yeah, are you going to get that far without a boat? According to local legend, there is a cave connecting Little Kasha Island to Big Kasha Island. Yes, we need to get to that cave, and I'm concerned about this shamaness of the sea they say is descended from the other gods. Okay, let's cross over to Little Kasha Island and explore. What shamaness? What is that? Is this Infernum? Oh, I think it is. Right, it said if we looked at the peninsula you could see Infernum, just the tip, okay. And then there is that other thing. Oh, that's probably where you get... I don't know. Maybe passages there. That's probably the town of Margiana. So I need to get specifically here, I think. See if I find... Yeah, the boat. Can I just... No. Oh, by the way, maybe I need to talk to that other lady. I need to check with her every now and again. RC. Okay, so that's oh! She moved away. Oh, but I can't go in the door. Maybe she's not supposed to move and that's a bug, but the door stays locked anyway. Aslan is doing like a 2000 damage? Finally he's useful. If you're going to Little Kasha Island, I'll send a boat out. 200 pulls, please. Pay or no way? Right, I'll send the boat around to the front. The boat. They have like little lemmings with the rowing there, like that. Where the hell are they getting? The proportions are all wrong. Part C. Oh! Oh, that door is not a part. Oh, so that lady is nothing. Alright, so to go back, it's more expensive. You must never give up hope. It's critical to believe in your own strength. Just coming to this island won't get you anywhere aside from the southern cave that's diddly squat here. Diddly squat. The cave links to the island we'll have to be at. I'm gonna check up here first. This game is so adorable. $2,000 damage. Holy fuck. Holy shit, the thing didn't die. 4 hits. A high headless. This... Holy shit. Things have a lot of health. Where is this? Right, that's the town probably of Morgiana. Or we might get even more upgrades. If you want to know about the island, try talking to the town elder. The Cave of Ruins is south from town along the mountains. According to rumor, it leads to Big Kasha Island. Oh no, this is Part C, this is not Morgiana yet. Oh, and this town is too small, it doesn't have weapon and armor shops. Maybe that's why the lady told us to upgrade before coming here. I'll visit the other lady last. There's a phantom in the southern forest. It's true. If you think I'm lying, go see it for yourself, why don't you? The Cave of Ruins south of town is one of the many caves in Ishburn where legends of the Elder Gods remain. It is said that the 4 pillars are the key, but what does that mean? The key. The Temple of the Sea is on Big Kasha Island. That's where the shamaness is. Okay. It's a temple where a shamaness said to be descended from the elder gods is. It's possible that she could be of aid to you. Okay. So this is just like a very quick stopping down. We damaged everyone. Cameron is getting better at that. Hasla is confused, so he just runs around. Really? Hasla, stop. His crossrow is also confused. Aslan does do very good damage with that rapier. There might be a thing there, hang on. No, there's nothing. Nice critical. It's gonna give me a lot of experience. There's a lot of enemies. As long as we don't have that useless doctor that did nothing, kept running away. Something about an oath to do no harm, so he didn't attack anyone. He had his scalpel with him, but didn't use it. dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This isn't good. Can you stop? He's confused. It's so funny to watch them just walk around like that. There we go. As long as we keep getting levels. All progress. I should probably save though. I don't want to lose too much progress if I get unlucky enough to die without a shot. That song is so cool. Man, even with the 4 attacks, won't be in a critical, that thing's not even flashing. It's still finally. Is there anything there? No. I like how they don't reset the CD music. So when you go back from out of the battle, you actually resume from before, so it's not always the start of the song that you're listening, you hear to all of it. The whole fading between CD music and regular game music is... still feels very fancy. Huh. Wait. Oh, maybe there is a cave. I mean, it was said to be to the south. Maybe it is around this side. I'm trying to follow the path. This might be wrong, though. I think this might be wrong. Yeah, no, we're coming around to the town. I need to find the cave, nestled against the mountain. Try to follow along the wall. more closely this time. Yeah, here. Okay. I did not see this in my first loop around. Cave of Ruins. Okay. Make sure there's nothing on those sides. What is that little snaky thing? A metro worm. Funny little thing. It's just that these high headless guys, I don't know why they have so much health. They take forever to kill. We're not in any danger, it's just slowing down the game a little bit. There's another piece of dialogue there, go fight or something, but I never read it in time. Oh, the 4 pillars are the key. There. To just touch them. Very difficult puzzle. Well, maybe if I hadn't heard that clue, I wouldn't have tried to touch the pillar, it would just ignore it. Like, yeah, that's like scenery, level structure, or whatever, I would just pass it by and not try to touch it. 4,000 damage. So we have to find another 3 pillars. They do show on the map. So that helps. Alright, that might be where we go after. What is that rock with glasses and nose disguise? Sand insect. But it looks like a rock with like those disguises that's just a pair of glasses and a fake nose. One of the demons became invisible. 2600 damage on the poor worm. Remember where that is so I can attack it. Got it. Critical. There's another of those. Confuses me a little bit. Oh, it turned something visible. I think those sand insects are turning others invisible. I killed it anyway. Well, they are finding the invisible guy to attack. Fine. I thought they wouldn't attack him at all. They just ignore him and leave him for last. You really need to critical strike that little thing. This map is getting to be, it seems a little bit confusing, but I think if I just stick to the left wall, it should be fine. As you turn someone invisible, aren't you? Nope. Another pillar, two more. I like the little bounce it does.
Thank you.
Binder News, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Really appreciate it. Welcoming everyone from Binder News' channel. I'm Corporate. I stream most days of the week around these times. We have been doing two recently fan translated JRPGs this week, these last few weeks. One of them is Emerald Dragon, which we're playing right now. This game was fan translated a month ago, and it's a very fun. Like, this is the 6th version of the game, the TurboGrafx CD1, which is the superior version. You know, we're very far along in it. I think we're close to the end. But yeah, welcome my friend, what were you doing? Age of Mythology. You're like the second person that I have that rated me playing that game. How are you enjoying it? Did you have a good time? Greetings, Binder News. Welcome, my friend. I played that game when it was new back in the day, but barely remember anything. Can you? Thank you. Jesus, why did that guy take so long to kill? You led the raid. Thank you, Sakura. For suggesting Binder News bring the community over. Appreciate it. Sakura is, at this time, is almost like some kind of raid coordinator. She's on like, did I go to that one? She's on like on every channel all the time. And then just organizing raids left and right. You have a lot of friends. Well, you do. You're a cool person to be friends with, I suppose. The Sakura are many, yes. There are many and they are one. It's the mystery of the Sakura. Good lizard, yes. Sakura is a good pink lizard. Probably my favorite pink lizard of all time. You love Age of Mythology. Been playing it. It's a bit after the Titans expansion came out, probably. Yeah, I didn't play with the expansion. I remember having a campaign like, you know, typical of those days with in-game cinematics and dialogue. Kind of like Warcraft 3. I don't think I made it too far in the game. Running through the campaign again, it's been a good time. I'm glad to hear. I should do that again sometime. Like I said, I barely remember anything from it. I think this is the last pillar. No, wait, down this. We were going up here to find the last one. Playing with the remaster came out. Yeah, I might just do the remaster. So many games, man. I need more time. Done all the campaigns on Titan. I found the new difficulty added in the ludicrous difficulty. I'm nearly dead. Can you? Jesus. I need to refresh my save. I need more days in the week. The thing is, and I talked about this, you need more days in the week, but people can't know you have them, otherwise they get filled up with stuff you don't care about. Like, you need to somehow build some kind of paradox wormhole thing where you can generate more hours in the day, but only for you. Seriously consider going 6 days a week. Going what? Like stream 6 days a week? I mean, as long as you're not overdoing it and you're not too tired. I got to say, sometimes I am a bit tired. It's just that I like so much talking to you guys. But I think I like it more now that I have the floating breaks. Some Saturdays I feel like streaming. No reason to. Okay, that's a chest. That's the last pillar, and I need to plop down the save. You hear something heavy moving. Was probably my balls. I've been doing usually 5 or 6 days a week. I can't remember the last time I did 7. Yeah, I don't think I have done all 7 at any point. I used to have longer streams. Oh, there is a guy there. And another one. Oh no, that... I think that's a friend. I used to always do at least 4 hours. Oh, it's usually between 3.5. Okay, now does the map show any difference? There is that thing that seemed to be a portal before, but there were 2 of those. You were in the 70s Fahrenheit today, like 22 Celsius. That's very comfortable. I was down to 43. If you look, Jesus. Yeah, that sounds very cold. Of course, I'm envious, and you know that because we're heading for 40 Celsius this week. But like I've been saying, like summers are easier now that I'm no longer obese. Like, I've been... It's interesting, like, today I was sweating a little bit. I had, like, a sheen on my skin because it was really warm. But I wasn't feeling hot. If it wasn't for the sweating, I wouldn't even realize. It is a very good break. Some weather's not too different from yours. Yeah, like, where I live, we don't get as cold as you do. Like, here, it rarely gets to, like, 1-2 Celsius. Does it make cold weather harder? It does! It does. Nowadays, I wear pants. I never wore pants when I was overweight. And, like, my wife is still overweight. So she has, like, her AC turned on a lot higher than I do, so I go in there and like, fuck, it's cold in here, and she'll look at me sideways. Like, you know, playing good sport. It's been a colder year than usually. Usually only below freezing a few days a year. It rarely gets below freezing here. 1 or 2 days maybe. Now, for now, and here's the thing, I feel like summer has been very lenient this year. But it might be just me. But still, I'm pretty sure we haven't broken 40 Celsius yet. And even though we might this week, I think we might get to only like 36, 38, if we're lucky. Wait, isn't this? Where is it then? It's probably going to make exercising a lot easier. I don't know what changed on the map. I can't scroll around this map. It's just what's around me. No, not save. Map. That's the entrance. So I'm gonna follow the left wall and maybe do another lap. 136 day Duolingo streak. Nice, congratulations my friend, that's very good. You don't disappoint, it can get scary. I have an unhealthy streak on Duolingo. It's at 2,226. Have I learned anything? Nope. I mean a little bit. Japanese. I mean, I learned 2 of their alphabets already. And I know some words and I understand their sentence structure. But I've been stuck for a while, just maintaining the streak, not actually learning. I really like streaks, I do. Because here's the thing, I still want to learn Japanese, and Duolingo has taught me a bunch, so I want to stick with it. However, I know myself well enough to know that if I drop my streak, I'm uninstalling, I'm never looking at it again. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, no, I'm gonna delete it. And I don't want to delete it because it does kind of work for me. You've been on and off maintaining the streak, actually learning. Yeah, that's... I've been on maintenance mode for a while. Finish! Reminds me of Mario Party. Whenever a minigame ends, they say, finish! I know that sounds dumb, but I always think of the finish when I play Mario Party because of that. I actually have a relative that has Duolingo. They got Duolingo Pro, whatever the paid plan is called, like a few months back. And they added me to the plan. Which means I'm wasting an opportunity here. If I let the streak drop, you're never going to pick it up. Yep. This is slightly younger than your Duolingo streak, you have to keep the streak going. Yeah, no, that's also very important. I mean, that's one of the ways I found to actually quit World of Warcraft. Like, they have those things that are timed, exclusive, whatever, that I was always on top of. And I knew as soon as I missed one time-limited mount or event or anything, I would never play the game again. So I just had to force myself to miss out on one. There you go, I never want to look at that game again. I was after to play Mortal Kombat, where they say finish him, taking them to Finland instead of Detroit. That's a mercy, right there. Oh, this one, also we do come back to that other one later. Interesting. No, not save. Always when I save, I want to look at the map right afterwards, and this happens. Okay. Small segment. Oh, there is an invisible guy here. Found it. Oh, more stairs. And more... Oh, there is like a truckload of... Oh, that's not good. I have to stick with the left wall plan, otherwise I'm gonna get lost. I thought it was gonna be that stairs and emptiness elsewhere. So I have to go back to the first set. I dropped some candy on the floor. I need to find it to clean it. I'm not gonna eat it, okay? I'm just need to find it to clean it. And I don't want to roll with my chair on top of it and make a mess. Oh, I hit my head on the microphone again. What the fuck? Where the fuck is it? I know, what a mystery. What the hell? Ah, I found it. It rolled all the way. Anyway, I'm gonna need to take the bathroom real quick. So I'm gonna pause the timer. If it pauses, thank you. I'm gonna pause the timer. I'll hit the bathroom. I'll be back in like less than 3 minutes. All right, don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. Resume the timer. I have to go back down to this set of stairs. Interesting. I missed everything. Good lord. That was ridiculous. Okay, remember where that thing is. I need to kill it before. If I don't kill it, it's gonna make others invisible, then I have to keep track of everything. There we go. Gold bar. Oh, it summoned another one. Being in Detroit is more of a fatality than in Finland. Yes! It is. Which means those people are being very nice. Man, Detroit feels like it's way worse than most places in my own country. I don't know how much of that is just a meme, or if it is indeed that horrible. Thank you. I thought there was some dialogue that I missed down there. There's a lot because I don't keep looking at that text box at the bottom. The thing did a whole loop around to hit me. It was kind of dumb. Game does a lot of that stuff. The movements are all weird. And I'm still convinced that the reason you only control a character is because they couldn't figure out how to do like ranged attacks. And they didn't want to bother doing like spell management either. So the only character you control is only close melee range and has no spells. Although I still have these orders that I still don't know what it is for. Like I can get tearing and order, but then it fails. Oh. Oh, can I tell them to focus on someone to attack? Is tearing? I mean, tearing still casts a spell. Maybe you can tell him to focus on a specific enemy, but it feels very cumbersome. It is useful for like certain boss fights where you want to clear the ads first. Winning name guy with a 15 stream streak. Congratulations, my friend. That's a lot of copper for a single person. I hope you're having enough variety in your streaming diet. I know I'm the main course, but you should also eat your veggies. That's what I mean. Man enough to handle that much copper. Are you now? I have to say, it takes a lot to handle me. A lot of patience. Okay, I'm gonna stick to the left wall. Unless this place feels... this looks like the next segment, so maybe I can go there if I can't remember. I didn't kill that thing, I should have gone for it, it's gonna turn people invisible. Oh, the spell killed it, nice. Good job, Therim, you're getting to be very useful. I mean, at least it's like traditional mage in video games, right? It starts a bit weak, but then it gets very powerful later on. Which is fine, because I don't have to control her. That's the best kind of mage, the one I can just ignore and does its own thing. Alright, so this one leads to a smaller place that only has chests? No. So never mind. This one first. Yes, look here first. Nice kill. Yeah, run away. No, come back. Yeah, run away. Make up your mind. Why did you take so long to kill that? I think it's not that strong. And even with the critical from freaking Haslan. Wait, what is that on tearing? Mute? He's muted. She probably can't cast spells, okay. We're staying at the Hilton by the airport tonight. Super cheap since your flight is at 8 AM. Alright, someone is being fancy staying at the Hilton. And not only is Mystic Theory staying at the Hilton, he considers it cheap. This is like living life. Yeah, it's very fancy monocle. I remember that Mystic Theory used that emote before. I'm gonna die. When did I save? Mystic Theory was like, the monocles, they have to be made for the person. They have to be measured precisely and everything. And all that I'm thinking is Mystic Theory already did his research. He can't wait to get a monocle. You're very blessed. Hashtag blessed. There you go. That's a true sign of the favor of God. You can stay at a Hilton. Yes. You show vintage clothes a lot, so it comes up in conversation. Fascinating, actually. Do you just shop for vintage clothes, or do you actually wear them? Because there's a difference. A window shop for a lot of things that I would never buy. Can stay at a Hilton if using Canadian money. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. So could afford it in Canada. Me neither! Yeah, come to one of us poor countries where your money is worth a lot because we're dog shit. What is that? Hang on, is there anything down here? No. I see chests around here. I finished it? What? What did I finish? You are your collection of vintage cravats and bow ties that you actually tie. I know how to tie a tie. I learned when I was very young for like a play. I've never worn a tie outside of like a play at school, or I think that was the only time actually. Did I beat the game last night? No, I played for nearly 5 hours and it was all down the drain because we got to the final boss and we are not strong enough. And we can't backtrack to a town to buy consumables and we need to farm a lot. I could just farm. But I was looking at the save that we got, like... It's like, just like 20 minutes of walking, even less. From there to town, so there's no point in farming on that save. So yesterday's stream was a waste. I had fun, I had a lot of fun, but we got to the final boss, we couldn't kill it. Paladin Rapier! So I'll have to get back. It's 2 more streams, one for farming and one for actually
Why do
finishing.
guitar players dance while they play? To get away from the noise the drums are making.
A bit convoluted of a joke, but I approve. $3.90! The fuck is this guy having for lunch? Holy shit, Haslam. Just going to revert to the previous save where you were closer to town. Yes. I'm gonna revert to that one, then I'm going to go to the lab, which I think is the place that has good farming. I think, I could be mistaken. Because going forward takes us through some sequences that are quite long. So I'm gonna go to the previous place, I'm gonna farm. Someone actually found a Japanese video of the game where they got to the final boss and they were like 10 levels above where I was. So I need to farm like 10-15 levels, stock up on consumables. We haven't needed consumables for the entire game, but for the final boss you need them. So I'm gonna stock up on consumables as well. Ah, shit, I didn't see what I actually got. Was distracted. It was one of these. We didn't get, like, extra item. The berries seem nice, but I can't buy barriers. I'm pretty sure that barrier I got as a drop from a chest. I don't think it's available for purchase. I mean, if it were, like, buy 10 barriers and just don't heal ever. Just go to the boss. I'm pretty sure you can't buy it. Now, what is this thing? Before going to the other set of stairs, I need to see what this does. Okay. Oh, silver armor. It's a very good sprite. Yeah, grinding. I need to get like 10 or 15 levels, stock up on consumables. That should be enough. I'm pretty sure I almost got the boss, but I want to play it safe. And the only reason I didn't kill the boss, like, even without levels, if I had more mana consumables, I probably could kill the boss. Just would need to be very careful, but I think it's possible. But I don't want to risk it. Like, who knows, there might be yet another phase afterwards. Or another boss, because we killed the final boss and there was another one afterwards. So yeah, one string of grinding should be plenty. I'm gonna risk not doing it and then having to backtrack again. Of course the dungeon itself will go faster if we're stronger, we can kill the enemies. We already know I have my notes on the puzzle, so we'll get the puzzle done on a single lap. So it's fine, and maybe I can fully explore the dungeon I did, and there might have been other consumables in chests that I could get. Again, like, it could theoretically maybe be beatable from where we are, but I don't. I'm gonna play it safe. Like, I've wasted enough time as it is. I enjoyed it, but it was still not productive. High levels means more mana, it means we take less damage. I wonder, actually, if we take the chi blow, we can use attack, because the chi blow uses mana. Or maybe one of the swords can be used to attack, but you can't switch weapons during the fight. And that fight comes after the previous one, like, it's not like I can, okay, I'm before the boss, let me put down a save, and then try. No, whatever you committed at the boss fight, the previous boss fight, you carry into that one. Oh, Khosrow is nearly dead because Tenrin cannot heal. Because she's muted. I should be killing the boss now. Very close to killing him. And Khosrow had the sense to just retreat. But Atrushan is nearly dead. And I don't know if we have the sense to retreat. She recovered. Okay, we can stay here. Really? And Taryn can't heal anymore again. Okay, good arrow. How many levels is that? Oh, one for each, okay. Oh, 2 for Taryn. The heck was that? That thing just suddenly attacked. What's this? A map of Bikasha Island. And a Crimson Manuscript. You hear something heavy moving. Oh, it's the other door. Some people are still nearly dead. Hopefully they get better. Okay. There you go. That was close. Yeah, we only have one healer. We used to have 2. Like, was either the girl that I forgot the name of, or there was another character that also healed. No, this doesn't do anything. Okay. So I have one other set of stairs to check, which I think is just going to be loot. But you guys saw the weapon that Haslam got, so checking for loot is very profitable. What? No. Actually, this is a big group. That thing didn't die. It's going to turn something invisible. Trying to keep my eyes on all the enemies to see which one disappears. Yeah, the worst one. Alright, I'll leave that for later. I'm always surprised when I play a JRPG that has the same music, same battle song for every single battle in the game except for boss fights. It's just one song, like you could have 2 or 3 and alternate. But I'm always surprised when it's just one and I don't get annoyed with it. Oh wait, the enemy is there? Oh, there. Okay. Like, you'd think after hearing the same song for hours on end, you would get sick of it. Nice. Okay, no headless here. Should be fine. And the only thing that can go invisible is that thing, and it's already dead anyway. Level 80. Does it max out at 99? I think it does. It might not, but I think it will. I really like when games have a max level and you do get very close to it, naturally playing. Of course, that's risky because I don't like when games have a max level and you do hit it, play normally, and then you're like at a ceiling and the game is still going. So it's kind of threading the needle with that functionality. Right, this was just for a treasure chest. Hopefully we'll have something good in it. Thank you for dying. And Dragon Mail, holy shit! Who got it? Tearing. Dragon Mail, who can equip it? Atrushan, Haslan, and Khosrow. It's 1950, holy fuck! Okay, it's good, so that's one less armor that we have to buy. And I'm gonna put it on Atrushan. For a very simple reason, we need Atrushan to... If Atrushan dies, game over. Jesus, that's some nice armor, my friend. That's probably the best armor in the game. Like how much? Well, maybe Dragon Plate, but that's nearly double the armor we had before. So Saoshyant and Khosrow, they have little armor right now compared to the other ones, but I don't think they're gonna stick around in the party for long. I mean, maybe they will, I don't know. Right, good, I'm so glad I fully explored. Should have gone for this instead. Okay, I see I can still kill it, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be able to kill both anyway. Man, good spell. Almost enough to kill the other thing. Okay, so the headless will turn invisible. No, this guy managed to hit that. Alright. Good, very good, very profitable, very proficient. I think we got one extra attack now from leveling up. Got more action points. Like, a number of attacks keeps going up as we level up. It reverse back down when we get a better weapon that requires more action points, and then it pushes up again as we level up. It's an interesting back and forth. Alright, we head back down from here. Or up, as the case may be. Okay, people will be turning invisible here, there's too many of these things. And there are 4 headless. So it's gonna be annoying. Okay, only one will turn invisible. Oh, the thing didn't... That was dumb of him. I have 32 action points, that's a lot. Okay, and now the other thing in this area that has these things, there's only one more. That one is open. Oh, it's that one. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Here? Yep. Right, alright, good. Good. I am keeping enough of the dungeon in my own memory to work through it. Anything else around here? Nice critical. I had it targeted and it moved, so I wasted time moving instead of attacking. I shouldn't have buffered the movement, whatever. I was buffering the movement because he was in the diagonal, and if I'm buffering then I make sure I hit it. Otherwise, when he gets my control I might skip instead. Oh, there is a door there, but I'm pretty sure I need to do this first. Not a door, like stairs. Oh, this is nothing. Alright. Whatever. Oh, this is the exit that leads to the other island. The big one or the small one, I don't even know. So they don't want me to meet the shamaness, even though she's descendant of the old gods or something. She's on our side? That's interesting. I thought the old gods were supposed to be bad news. Okay, good. Because the ads are in front of the boss, my guys will focus on them. Not if the boss comes in like that, though. Hell soldiers. Yeah, he's attacking the boss.
Now, why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Because he was dead.
That one always sounds weird to me. Oh, he killed it. Guy does a lot of damage, holy fuck. Please don't notice the fact that Tenryin is almost dead. Kill Khosrow as well. Tenryin, Haslam is gonna die. Oh, the guy decided to walk instead of attacking. Haslam, you could attack the minion first. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. Alright. The people who died, it's irrelevant, they don't get experience. It's just Atrushan and Terwin to have to stay alive, so I don't waste experience. Of course, that means less damage potential right now during the fight, but as long as we can out heal his damage, it's fine. Daring! Daring! Fuck. If I hadn't missed, he would possibly have died. He missed all of except for one. Get wrecked. Hello there, Mac. Welcome in, my friend. We're killing Baki. With a critical hit, he's dead.
Thank you.
Captain Clever, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I really appreciate you bringing your community over. Welcoming everyone from Captain Clever's channel. I'm Corporate. I stream most days of the week around this time. And we're currently playing through Emerald Dragon. The 6th release of the game that came out. Like, the original is from 1989, this version is from 1994. It's the best version for the TurboGrafx CD, it has voice acting and cinematics, and it's a gorgeous game with amazing music. But I'm making good progress tonight. But yeah. How was your stream, Captain Clever? Still working on the Commander King stuff. Awesome, how was it? Tell me all about it. And yeah, welcome in, Happy Camper. Captain Clever, Mac, welcome in everyone. Just doing key and stuff. Yeah, like, I was watching you the other day after I rated you and you were doing like... You're explaining some of the scoring stuff and talking about items that give score that are absolutely unreachable without cheats. So typical. You got 3 no max score runs. Nice, congratulations, my friend. Why is he pissing at us? Either that or he was bleeding yellow.
まさか魔王の資格が待ち受けていようとは。
Is Garcia the Infernal One? And is Garcia the Archdemon? I think the Archdemon is a different character from Garcia. Voice acting, yes. I think it's the only version of this game with voice acting. Hello there, B. Jonas, you raiding me? Yes, I have noticed. Please feel free to raid me.
よっぽど海の巫女に合わせたくないらしいな。
Yeah, I don't think he does.
古代神の血を引く巫女って何者なのかしら。
If anyone is interested in this game, this is the best version of it. It is the only one that has a fan translation, and this fan translation is barely a month old. Very recent stuff. We ran into 0 issues with it. We had some issues with the Illusion City fan translation, but not with this one.
この地図によると南西の端にある神殿に住んでいるようだな。
Let me write that down. Shamaness is in the temple in the southwest tip. Now, I wonder if this place will have the Margiana town. It has a big old dude with a eye patch and a big, like, on the cinematics, this dude has like the largest, most shiniest armor ever. It's phenomenal. He's been alive for a while. Characters in this game die like flies because...
ここから北へ進めば村もあるようだし。
Yeah, that's probably more Jana.
どうしたもんだが。
I want to explain why they die. We have like 5 characters, right? 2 of them are nearly dead. But it doesn't matter. But as you can see, only the first 2 characters have a level to them. Level 82, level 80. The other 3 characters, they are disposable. They leave, they die, they get replaced. Sometimes they die. I swear to God. Last time a character... Second to last time a character died. We buried him, and during the funeral, this other guy called Saoshyant, he comes along. Your friend is dead, I shall replace him. I'm the same, but with more health. Well, not like that, but... And then he comes out of the cinematic. We're standing next to the dude's grave. And the little jingle, member joined your party plays. The grave is right there. Happy jingle of member joining the party plays. Disposable characters, yeah. Now I think we have a map of this region. Yep. Oh, this is the far right. So to the north is a village. I can't see it. It's probably that. I love this music song. It's so good. There's a lot of shit down here. But I think we go around here. Now the temple that we have to go to should be southwestern tip. This is probably the temple. This is probably the road that takes to the temple. Wherever that is. And then this must be Morgiana. And from the size of Morgiana, it does not have a weapons shop. So I'm glad I did the upgrades when I did. Priceless. Also, it was a guy that has been in these fights, taking damage left and right like everyone else, being healed like everyone else, and those guys are dying again. And then in the cinematic, this guy gets hit by 1 arrow. He's just sitting there, an arrow hits him. He's standing next to the healer. Takes 1 arrow, dies forever. Like those other characters, they fled, it says down there. Instead of dying, they come back after the fight. This combat system is kind of weird because it's like a tactics thing, but they only control 1 character because they never bothered to implement letting you control ranged attacks or spells. So instead of implementing that, they just made it so you only control the 1 character that only has a melee attacks and nothing else. Yeah, no, we're level 82. I was talking just now that it might cap at 99. A werewolf. This is the guy that killed the guy with an arrow. That was the first time we saw a werewolf. But I only ever control Atrushan. I think I can tell someone... Like I can tell Haslam to like focus on this guy. That's it, that's all you can do. You can suggest someone for them to attack. Sandman. Does this lead to a dead end? Oh, that's a lot of people. This game all that challenging? We had one very challenging fight that required us to backtrack through an entire... It required us to backtrack through the most complicated dungeon so far. To get back to town, buy upgrades, level up a little bit more, and then work through the dungeon again. I had to draw a map. That dungeon was very complicated. The combat itself is not that challenging, but if you get too distracted, your main character might die and then you have to revert to the previous save. It happened a few times. Some battles you need to like know which enemies to focus on or know when to retreat so you don't take as much damage. But in general, you know, it's not the most challenging. Figuring the game out is very easy, like where to go, what to do. It has a very civilized system, which I think came from all the way from 1989, where you can at any point talk to the other party members and they're gonna tell, well, now we have to go to this place, now we have to do that thing. So if you haven't played the game for like 2 weeks and you have no idea what you were doing, you just pull up the conversation. You're gonna be like, yep, this is what we were doing. Overall, being from 1989, the original, I think this game is phenomenal. It's very solid. It has good amounts of exploration and dialogue. The combat does not feel repetitive, even though it's quite simple. Upgrading your items is very satisfying. Very civil for 1989. It is. Of course, for those of you who haven't been paying too much attention, it is a game from 1989, but this version is from 1994. This game got a grand total of 7 releases. PC 88, PC 98, X68000 FM Towns. Something I'm forgetting. All computer systems, and then you got this TurboGrafx version. And then the company will, like, the devs kind of went their own way, and this other group of devs worked on an SNES version. That version is inferior to all of these. It has an overworld. This game doesn't have an overworld. Like, it's all a single, almost seamless traversal thing without an overworld. That game has simplified dungeons. My guess is because they don't have the map system. So the dungeons are oversimplified. Replaced a bunch because this game has the cinematics. The previous ones had static screens for the cinematics, which is still a good thing. SNES 1 doesn't have any of that. It's either in-game replacing those or nothing at all. The place is abandoned. It's a very, like, this place is gigantic. We just came out, this is Big Kasha Island, I think. And like, it's not entirely seamless. Like, this place is separate. But you see how big this is? This is like the 4th or 5th region this large we have been to. And it did have some backtracking on the first region. That was quite annoying. But that was the only time it happened. It was kind of jarring actually, because the game has very little backtracking. Trees bearing red fruit grow on the south of this island. The fruits known as flavor are called forbidden fruit. Oh, so this is where the forbidden fruit is at. We think that forbidden fruit can be used to make wonder drugs that are likely to give us permanent stat upgrades. So I assume when we go down there, we have to get as many as we can. It's probably a limited amount. Forbidden fruits. The south of Big Kasha Island. I thought this lady was gonna talk to us about how, like, she's the last survival of this abandoned town. This is the nameless village. Also, this isn't Morgiana, okay. Sounds kind of forbidden. I mean, people did mention that it's very fitting, very close to real life, that forbidden fruit is used to make wonder drugs. Not a coincidence at all. Please, my husband, don't leave me. If I lose you, I don't know what will become of me. Oh, you can't talk to the husband. Alright, Sakura, thank you so much for being here and bringing a raid over. Have a good sleep, my friend. See you around. Okay, no, the trees are not here, right? They're going to be here. I think I see that those little red dots are probably the forbidden fruits. But if they are, then there are some here. And one there. Those might not be it, because I went through there and didn't see anything. Okay, let me see. Where did it exactly say they were? South of this island. So it's not across the sea. Would have to be down here. I hope it's not those red dots, because there are a lot of those and I wouldn't be able to find them. I want to see one of those red dots. There is one there. And see if there's actually anything. Dark Mage. And also, because this game is on the TurboGrafx CD, the cinematics are not videos. Like, no good codecs back in 1991 when the TurboGrafx CD was made for that stuff. So instead, there are those very fancy pixel art animations with gigantic portraits moving around. Not portraits, but, you know, pixel art cinematics. You know, these red dots are nothing. Which is like the best kind of cinematic, in my opinion. Are those entrances anything? No. Anime talkies, yeah, those ones. Like on Ernest Evans. They're very good. They're kind of my favorite. I much prefer that than some Sega CD ultra compressed FMV. Man, there were games with anime cinematics back in the day where they spent like all this money to hire a studio to do the animations. And then it gets all compressed to nothingness. It's such a freaking waste of everything. Has a lot of health. Heavy metal, and it healed the heavy metal. It's so crazy and ultimate and so good. I freaking love, like, we're playing through Emerald Dragon and Illusion City, and both games are phenomenal. They're very, very different. But they're both amazing. I still think I'm gonna miss Illusion City more than this one, though. Because this one, as good as it is still, you know, high fantasy kind of generic thing. Although the story in this is interesting to me. Like the whole thing with the dragons on the island. Like there is a undercurrent of mystery and answers that need to be found that keeps me engaged. Which is good for a game like this where there's a lot of walking around and talking and battling to have a storyline that carries around. But Illusion City is so unique with its cyberpunkness and those weird ass enemies and that meaty music and the FM music as well. Did the Big Bad also have a bedroom scene in Illusion City? The Big Bad had a scene, well, the official Big Bad, because there's a boss after that. But the Big Bad had a scene where the previous boss... I've talked about this multiple times, but it's too good to not bring it up. The previous boss was a lady that had a bathroom installed around a river of blood. And she was bathing in said river of blood. And then the big bad materializes next to her. And she's like, oh no, this is so improper. And she sinks a little bit lower into the blood to keep her modesty. And he talks to her about business, serious stuff. And then when the conversation is kind of done, he like force chokes her out of the blood. So we have this very small naked pixel art lady floating in midair. Presumably blood dripping from her. And she's like, oh my lord! Fade to black implied sex. Later on we get to her and she's like begging for help from the Dark Lord because she knows we're gonna kill her because we are just like a land roller on that game. And the big bad is like, sure, I'm gonna help you, transforms her into some kind of mishappened monstrosity. I guess they're not having, he didn't plan to have sex with her anymore. That game is very good, and I like how those bosses, they have the pixel art in the game. But when it comes to the battle, then you have a second version of the pixel art that is bigger and more detailed. The fight with the big bad is very slow. Because there is like this, half of the screen has animation and the MSX just struggles. So the fight slows down. Well, before going there, I would have to check the south of that island. Oh, that's like a railroad. But then after the big bad, we fight against ourselves, the god version of ourselves, in this mirror dimension, where they try to tempt us to give in to godhood, and we refuse. And then it goes into a phase where it turns into a cosmic lobster. And I spent 2 hours trying to kill it and I couldn't. So I had to reload the previous save and grind. Still a very good game. You want a cosmic lobster self? Yeah. It's like he summons the cosmic lobster. Like first he looks like us, wearing a trench coat and everything. Then he pulls his trench coat and he has like the sensei armor underneath. And then he phases again and he summons this giant cosmic lobster behind him, and the lobster opens a maw and he climbs into the maw and sits down and the maw closes around him. Pixel art in that game is exquisite. And those enemy designs, all of them in that game are phenomenal. Some very weird shit in that game. Okay, do we have the forbidden fruits here? It's very powerful. I mean, we got to a door to the fortress. And the guy explained, no, this is like, it uses like this system that is like very difficult to breach into. It's heavy structure. It's like a metal mix of something or some sort. Yeah, it was created by this guy. Gives the guy's name a long time ago. You can actually check the patent over here and it gives you a link to Google Patents. And I went there during the stream, and yes, it's the guy's name, and the patent does describe what they're facing. And the patent is older than the game, so it was probably based on the actual patent. The pen translators probably just added the proper link. Yes. It was very strange. But it was a real-life patent from before the game was released. The fan translators just added the link. And I do kind of appreciate that. It did add depth and context to the game. Okay, we are in the south of the island. Do we go more south than this? Maybe. But it might be that other segment after the sea, so I don't know. And then I learned that the guy is called Tian Ran. Of course, the guy has been called Tian Ran since the beginning of the game, the main character. And apparently that translates to Heaven Man. We've been playing with Jesus this entire time and I was unaware. And the guy that is the final boss, that is the godly version of ourselves, is called Tian Ran Wang, which apparently translates to King Heaven Man. So it's like it's Jesus fighting God. The game is very powerful if you pay attention to those details. I think it's not this south of the island. There's nothing down here. So it's probably this part here. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Also in Illusion City I have been alternating between FM music and MIDI music. They're very different, they're good in different ways. Needs an essay written about its meaning. It would, you know, there is enough material there for an essay. Yes, there is a lot of interesting stuff with artificial humans and other shit. It's amazing. Flipsider, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I really appreciate you bringing your community over. Welcome everyone from Flipsider's channel. I'm Corporate. I stream those days of the week around this time. We're playing through Emerald Dragon. JRPG that never left Japan. This is the 6th out of 7 versions of it, the one that was fan translated a month ago. It's very good. We're on the last stretch of the game, I think. But I'm pretty sure there's like at least another 10 hours to go. Very good stuff. What was your stream, my friend? Power Blade? On parts of Flip Tendle stuff. How was your stream, my friend? Hello, hi. Yeah, we got a bunch of raids today. You guys are very kind. Because there is very little that you can actually do on the battles, you guys might have noticed that I always do the battles one-handed. You only need the D-pad. Okay, let's head to the temple. You finished Power Blazer, the Famicom Power Blade. Not great. You finished Chrysalis. Did you run into that issue with the save files again? Or was it permanently solved after I raided you? Man, save game issues like that are stressful as all fuck. I mean, you didn't lose much, and you know, it's a game that you know well, so it doesn't matter, but if it was like a game like this, or Illusion City, and I had trouble with the save file, good lord. You figure out the issue, it was solved, no further problems, good. I had problems with save files on the CDI Zeldas, right? No, I had, okay. I just remember that I had a problem with the CDI Zeldas. Where the emulator was like, you know, CDI emulation is still not very stable. The emulator, I had my disk images on my hard drive. My hard drive had a thing, I finally managed to disable it. It had a thing where it doesn't get used for a while, it turns off. So the game would try to read the disk, my hard drive would be turned off, so the hard drive would spin up, would take a while. The emulator would not like the fact that the read took a few seconds to happen and it would just freeze. And then I learned that the emulator was only committing the save file to disk when it got closed. But because it froze, it counted as a crash, so it never committed. So I lost 3 hours of gameplay because of that. Because I couldn't figure out the situation with my hard drive, I started to just quit the emulator every 30 minutes to make sure it's safe. That sucks. I also played the CDI Zeldas before you didn't encounter that. Yeah, like it was a mix mash of the emulator being jacked and my hard drive being also jacked. Not a common issue for people to run into. I really liked the CDI Zeldas. The first two. Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil. They were alright. The last one though, it came to a point where I realized that if I didn't have a guide, I would be stuck for hundreds of hours in it. And it wasn't very fun to navigate around because of all the loading between the screens. And some of the puzzles that, you know, talk to someone over there and maybe it enables a guy all the way across the map to talk to you. They're not fun at all, so like several hours into the game I had to resort to a guide. I'm glad I did. The game is not bad, but I think that all of it together doesn't mesh into a good experience. Like the weird puzzles, the terrain that wasn't clear what it was meant to be, where we were meant to go, and the loading between transitions. Well, it wasn't that good. It was the weaker of the three. The other two ones, they're side-scrolling RPGs. I like the genre. Zelda Adventures suck to play without a guide. Yeah, I'm glad you got to the same conclusion. Yeah, the platforming ones, they had some jacked segments. But here's the thing: if you're watching this and you decided you want to give those a try, and you don't have patience to try one, Wand of Gamelon is better. Reason for that is because Wand of Gamelon is the one for girls, while Faces of Evil is the one for boys. And of course, when they made those games, they were like, girls are shit at video games, so we need to make it easier. And the Faces of Evil 1 has some jagged parts that don't add anything. So I would recommend playing the Wand of Gamelon, it's more enjoyable. The Infernal Air Corpse. Alright, so we're gonna meet a bunch of these, it's fine. Those harpies that look so weird because their hair is supposed to make them look cute or something. The little harpies with the pixel art titties. Okay, I presume this fight is gonna be easy. Okay, he resurrected. Alright, maybe it's not that easy. Does that mean I need to focus on the boss? You generally like them if I found both to be interesting. They were... I did like them. I just saw the Faces of Evil one was a... It had some very unfun segments. Like, in comparison, I found it to be slightly worse. They're still pretty good, both of them. They got a bad rap. Of course the controls are very annoying, but... They're reasonable to figure out without any help. Now, I'm not gonna tell everyone to attack him first because I don't know if he does keep resurrecting people. He doesn't. So I shouldn't be attacking him. I thought, you know, if he's gonna keep resurrecting, then I should focus him. He doesn't, so I should kill the ads first. Take the damage out of the fight. Ah, you missed. You would have killed it if you hadn't missed. Now I have to waste action points moving. He went to the back lines. Instant kill on Southshan. You know, playing those with a TV controller would have had a hard time. I mean, with a regular controller, it's already annoying because you only have one button. No, you have two, but it's... They could have done the controls a bit better even then. With a TV controller, not only are like the pads stiff and everything, you also have like the unprecision of the infrared, like in terms of timing. And then you have to keep pointing it at the screen, and sometimes I'm sure as you're playing you're gonna get tired and it's like it's going to start dropping your controls. Like, it would be fascinating to have watched a kid that got that game and actually enjoyed it, just play through it with the remote controller. It's almost dead, but it does a lot of damage. Like, when it attacked Tenrin, one more attack it would have killed her. That would have been the problem. Alright, we got levels on Atrushan. Nice. I'm the main character. The story goes to Inferno. Of course I'm getting there. Very intense music. Yes. They have some very good... Especially for... That's boss music. Utterly unconceivable. Happy music. What is this? Temple of the Shamanists. Okay, it's... Oh, the other... So that other one was a shamanist as well. Kind of forgot about the other one. The one that gave us the artifact that got stolen, then we got it back. Need help from the shamanists of the mount. By the way, if you weren't here when I was talking about that the other day, right now they have regular TurboGrafx video game music instead of CD music. And the reason for that is because there is voice acting here, and the voice acting is CD tracks. So whenever they want to have music alongside people talking, they use regular console music instead of CD one. And most of the time they make sure to alternate between CD music and video game music when you go into places or come out of battles and stuff like that, because whenever they do that, they can actually... They manipulate the volume of the CD music, so they can actually do what feels like a crossfade between songs. It's very clever.
紅の古文書と対をなす青白き古文書を手に入れるのです。
So like when we were out and about, there is like CD music. Whenever you're going to battle, it plays video game music, console music, whatever is on the chip. And then there is a crossfade going into the battle and coming out of the battle. It's very fancy.
古文書はこの島の南東
Forbidden Cave in the island's
禁断
Saudis.
の洞窟にあります。手に入れて戻ってきなさい。
Everything's forbidden in this game. Forbidden cave with fruit, I wish. Okay, so she has refused us. Basically. Now, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I want to go there. But she's telling us that there is a cave here. Or here. That I might have missed. Okay, so we have to do that. But that will be tomorrow. I'm going to stop the timer here. 22 hours and 30 minutes. Made a lot of progress tonight. I'm gonna come back to this game tomorrow.